Now at 5, widespread problems at voting centers across Johnson County causing voting delays. We're live with how the clerk's office is handling the situation.
It is one of the biggest races in the country, the Indiana Senate race, revealing a clash between Republicans and Democrats. Mike Braun hoping to unseat Senator Joe Donnelly.
There's been a steady stream of people casting their ballots all day across Indiana since the polls opened this morning. We're following each and every race and bringing you those results live tonight at 7 o'clock.
From the station working for you, this is RTV6 News at 5.
Good evening to you. I'm Amanda Starantino.
And I'm Mark Mullins. The polls are set to close across most of Indiana in just under an hour, and we are working for you tonight covering the big races, including the Senate race. We've got a team of reporters across Indianapolis tonight. Our Kara Kenny is at the GOP headquarters at the JW Marriott, and Erica Fly is at the Hyatt with the Democratic Party, and Stephanie Wade is live in Johnson County. We want to begin with Stephanie, where technical issues at multiple polling centers in Johnson County, including Greenwood and Whiteland, started early this morning, leading to long lines. And Stephanie, I imagine not many people are happy about this.
Mark, a lot of frustrated voters here in Johnson County who were unable to vote this morning. Some people telling us they waited for more than 3 hours in long lines today before being forced to leave. And that frustration continued to be felt after the election board decided not to seek a court order to extend voting hours to make up for lost time. Coming up at 6, hear what the election board had to say when I asked how they plan to hold the vendor accountable so this doesn't happen again. For now, reporting live in Greenwood, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Thank you, Stephanie, for looking into that. And tonight we are hearing from the software provider at the center of today's problems in Johnson County.
Tonight, the stakes are high in Indiana's Senate race.
Now, the race showing the clash within two parties, and Mike Braun is hoping to beat Senator Joe Donnelly. Kara Kenny joins us live from the Republican headquarters tonight. Kara.
That's right, Amanda. Republicans will be gathering here at the JW Marriott, the Republican headquarters, all evening to watch those results come in. But as of right now, it's pretty quiet. Let's take a look around real quick. Not a lot of people here other than my fellow reporters and photographers who are all setting up for a very busy evening. Of course, we will be live here at Republican headquarters all throughout the evening, bringing you reaction from the candidates as those results come in. Erica, back to you.
Kara, thank you. And Democrats hope this will be a place of celebration tonight. They're setting up right here behind me for what they hope will be a victory party, and all eyes around the country will be watching. They're watching because this is a neck-and-neck race between incumbent Democratic Senator Joe Donnelly and GOP businessman Republican Mike Braun. We're told Donnelly is expected to make an appearance here after the polls close around 6 o'clock. He will then go back and watch the results come in private, and then he hopes to come back here in this room when the results come in, and he hopes to be making a victory speech. Back to you.
Thank you, Erica. And our election team coverage continues. Call 6 Investigates. Paris Lubell is working for you, tracking problems at polling locations. He's checking on issues at voting sites across Indianapolis. Paris.
That's right. It has been a concern for county clerks and the Secretary of State's office. They are continuing to look into any issues at the polls, but security has been on the top of their mind. So far, the state says they haven't had any security concerns at any of the polling locations. We're going to continue to monitor this, and we'll have the latest tomorrow morning on Good Morning Indiana. In Indianapolis, Paris Lubell, RTV6.
Thank you, Paris. And Hoosiers across the state went out to vote today, including the governor, Eric Holcomb. Check out this photo he tweeted earlier today. It's a picture of him, his wife, and their dog. He says, "Janet and I voted. Have you made it to the polls yet?"
Well, this just in tonight, we are learning voting issues in Northwest Indiana have prompted officials to extend voting in one county. A judge ordered 12 polling places in Porter County to stay open late after voting didn't start as scheduled. The polls will now be open until 8 p.m. Central Time. That's 9 o'clock our time. RTV6 is working for you from start to finish here on Election Day. We will have a special 1-hour election edition of the news at 7, featuring our crews with candidates and our political insiders providing analysis. We'll also bring you updates all evening on RTV6, Facebook, the RTV6 app, and your favorite streaming service as well. And then stick around for a complete wrap-up on the news tonight at 11.
And it was a dry day at the polls, but a very windy one at that. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is here with your forecast. Hey, Kevin.
And I'll just continue with the election theme. I'll start by saying all 92 Indiana counties reporting in dry conditions and windy conditions. We had a 49-mile-per-hour gust in Lafayette. Many spots had wind gusts of 40 or more. The wind begins to calm down this evening, especially after sunset, which, by the way, is not that far away, a half hour or less in most areas. There's the wind now. This is the steady wind. The winds are still gusting 20 to 30. It's out of the west-northwest, a little colder direction. You can see the temperatures to the north reflecting that. 47 in Peru, 2 degrees warmer in Lafayette, 54 degrees that in Indianapolis. If you were standing outside, lined up to vote, at times I'm sure that wind got to you, made it feel cooler. The wind will be 10 to 15 tonight. Skies become clear to partly cloudy overnight. The temperatures, they'll dip into the 30s by morning. Temperatures will be quite a bit colder than that as we get to the weekend. We'll have more details on potential for some snow, not on one occasion, but at least 2 coming up.
All right, Kevin, we'll see you soon. Thank you. Tonight, we've got an update about 3 kids hurt in a car crash in Madison County. That crash killed their mother, and police have now identified the mom as 28-year-old Victoria Henson. As far as her children are concerned, they're being treated at Riley and Peyton Manning Children's Hospitals. Her 9-year-old is listed as stable but has several fractures. The 6-year-old has skull and facial fractures, and the 3-year-old has large cuts to the mouth and chin. Police tell us the car went off State Road 13 near Pendleton and crashed into a utility pole. That crash remains under investigation.
One person is dead, another is in the hospital after what police believe was a shootout inside a car. It happened on the east side on Washington Point Drive near 10th Street overnight. After the gunfire, police say the car ran off the road and into a tree. The driver died at the scene. Police are questioning the other person involved.
Ahead at 5:30 on the Now Indy, helping prevent the deaths of newborns by teaching safe sleep.
But first, what's next for Indianapolis-based USA Gymnastics as the Olympic Committee works to strip the organization of its power?